Okay, we're going to move on now from swimming hats to a charity that's doing great things for anti-bullying. And I know at the top of this show we mentioned coronavirus, and unfortunately for this particular charity, they're called We Are Stronger. They were due to hold an event next week called The Power of Dancing in Notting Hill, with the focus being on sport and mental health. It's not happening next week, but it will happen a little later than expected. And I've got the chair and the founder of We Are Stronger here in the studio, Olga Venosa. She's going to tell us more about this initiative. Olga, welcome. Thank you for coming in. I know it's been tough. It's been a tough week, hasn't it? Just trying to get everything sorted. Oh, my goodness. But it's going to go ahead a bit later.
Yes, absolutely, yes. Later on. So, we will get the data out absolutely soon. Yes.
Fantastic. And I'm glad to hear that. Because I know a lot of people have been really stressing out about trying to make sure things are done, because this is super important. And I really wanted you to come on the show today and just talk about, the power of dancing and that particular event and why it was so important for you as a charity to be able to do it.
Yes. So the power of dancing came out as an idea, first of all, because mental health obviously is the main topic nowadays coming around. For us, that we are an anti-bullying charity, it's something that is a kind of alternative of normal therapy. So rather than having a therapist and sometimes even taking medicine, we prefer to have people doing movement, so sports. Dancing specifically, because it's combined with music, actually from a neuroscience perspective, so I'm fond of neuroscience, I've got lots of scientists around me. So neuroscience tell us that actually when we move through dancing movement and music, we produce certain substances or hormones in the body like serotonin, norepinephrine, or oxytocin, endorphin, which actually help us. So they are called like moody type of hormones,
like
because
feel good.
they
you
make
feel really
us feel good.
Okay,
so obviously
right.
in case of anxiety, depression, those obviously hormones help us, and this is why it's so important to do this type of activities. And because sometimes there's even an association of dancers with the bullying or even stress, and the reason is because obviously lots of them are put through like a stressful environment. There's lots of competition, and sometimes with the weight as well. So there's lots of connection. We work a lot even with the correlation with eating disorder. So we thought that obviously having a mental health event, and so around obviously the sport and dancing, it would be the best way to get around it.
So that's quite interesting. You say there's a bit of a culture within dance with bullying, and is that the main reason why you decided to combine the two?
Absolutely. So I am a dancer myself, and obviously I've been going to different school classes and even different countries, and it's something quite common that is happening. So the bullying itself, it's a very interesting topic, because when you're stressed, you most likely will bully another individual. The reason obviously beneath of that are various, but that is why, as I said, in classes or obviously like in more like professional environment, you can find bullying. Sometimes it may be even like some coaches. So there was a lot of argument lately that if you don't have the right coach, then you will incur into, this type of bullying environment. So it's essential, yes. So for me as a dancer, I've experimented it, and I've experimented it even in the past, because obviously I had a difficult life and I had to get through my trauma, and the only way for me to get through my trauma, obviously, it was to release it through dancing. And I was finally able to actually switch my brain off and say, finally, I can enjoy myself. Mm-hmm. It was my spot where everything felt safe and peaceful.
And you and with this story, and it happened quite some time ago, you've been able to move on, and just give us a little bit of detail about that, what that was, please.
So basically, I was abused when I was since from the age of 0 and up to the age of 10, and obviously that caused me lots of difficulty meeting, socializing with people. Now, obviously, I was always been a very friendly person, but obviously interaction, so getting trust with people, it was a main problem for me. Plus, I was full of depression, anxiety. I had suicidal thoughts, and so this was quite hard. And actually, that even caused me to have bullying. So I received lots of bullying as a consequence, because obviously I had, like a specific type of personality. So especially when you're a kid. So children feel it is like animals. They can perceive immediately if you have some insecurity. And obviously I had thousands of insecurities, and they could smell it immediately and say, okay, she's the spot. And obviously I had to find a way out, of it. And the reason why even I called my charity We Are Stronger is because I feel lucky in my life, and because I was stronger. And I know other people around me, they had even, and don't get me wrong in this, they had slightly, smaller problem in their life, but they got through it in a different way. And they are still not able to get around it. While I'm a lively, happy person. And that is why I wanted to, get my message across to people. You can do it. You can make it. I did it.
And you feel like that's through the power of dance. And with that, the power of dancing, when the event finally gets underway, what do you want people to take away from that event?
Well, feel stronger, first of all. Self-confidence. Self-esteem. I want to really have them the full control of their emotion and at the same time feeling great with their body. So this is exactly, what I would want them to feel. And also I would want them to feel that when they are in class, they can actually find a team around them, some friends around them, a family around them. And rather than, because sometimes it's attitude. So rather than getting across, oh, she's just nasty, she's been nasty, actually you can change that.
Yeah.
And so obviously I want even that. So I wanted through that event people to feel they are a family even when they are in a dancing environment.
And dancing has become so popular over the last few years. Strictly Come Dancing, all the greatest dancer shows, the BBC doing so many dancing shows, and it's so good to watch. And if anybody's listening in and they feel that dance might be an answer for them, where can they find out more information?
So they can find it on our website. There is a specific page, so it's www.wearestrongercharity.org, and there is a specific page on the event section where they can see more information about the event and register for it. And I want to say we've been lucky because we've been supported by amazing sponsors and also by amazing teachers. So we have ex-Royal Ballet teacher, ex-English Ballet, La Scala. So it was quite great to get a family out of it and supporting us. So yeah, welcome.
Fantastic.
You will be very welcome if you would like to join us.
Brilliant. Thank you, Olga, for all those details. And watch this space, Women's Sports Show. We'll have more details on that event when it finally happens.
Thank you.
BBC Radio London.
Okay, do I go to work, or actually what's the risk of passing this to someone else?
As coronavirus continues to affect our lives, BBC Radio London is here for you with the latest advice.
Not just the quick cursory rub-a-dub-dub of the front of the palms of your hands together, the insides of your fingers by rubbing.
Information.
Simple things like, making sure you have enough water, keeping hydrated. There's good advice online.
And to listen.
I feel there is not much being done from public safety perspective, talking about